My name is Paige, and I'm a 35-year-old housewife. Currently, I live with my husband Michael, who is 5 years older than me. Our hobby together is to go on vacations. If we had any free time at all, we would go somewhere together, and both my husband and I were quick to get moving. We don't have any children of our own, but we have many nieces and nephews. And that's because we each both have 5 siblings. Every time we would go on a vacation, we were always looking forward to seeing our nieces and nephews that lived all across the country. Every time we would see them, they would be bigger or prettier. And we both just loved seeing our nieces and nephews change and grow up. Every time we would see them, we addressed them as if they were our own children. Hey Michael, next week we're going on vacation to Florida, right? I can't wait!
Yeah, that's right. I'm excited too. Did you look up the places you wanted to go?
Already done. Let's see. There's Disney World and the Epcot Center. And also, I want to make it down to the Florida Keys and enjoy the beaches. And I want to see some of the alligators too.
Hey now, we're only going for 3 days, 2 nights this time. Are you sure we're going to be able to get around all of that?
It's okay if we have a little bit of a packed schedule, isn't it?
That's true. Plus, your little sister's family lives in Florida, don't they?
Yeah, that's right. We have 2 nephews there. When we saw them 2 years ago, they were pretty rowdy, but I wonder if they've grown up a little.
Anyway, I'm really looking forward to it. We need to make sure we buy souvenirs again so that they'll be happy.
You're right. I can't wait. And just like this, even if we only have 2 nights off of work, we would plan a vacation together. A 3-day, 2-night vacation to Florida. Our planned schedule was very tight, but we went around to all of the places that I researched to visit. And we also went to go see our cute nephews. I often heard about vacation burnout, but perhaps those words just don't exist in our dictionary. But this time, we may have been a little tired. Michael and I were talking about this when we got home, and suddenly our doorbell rang. Who could it be? This late at night, when I opened the door, standing there was... I'm very sorry to show up like this. Maria, what on earth happened? And even Karen is with you. Well, come in and we can talk about it inside. It's cold out there, isn't it? Maria was Michael's older sister, and Natalie was Maria's 20-year-old daughter.
What's going on? Showing up here this late at night? Did something happen?
Actually, my husband cheated on me and is leaving me for a younger woman. What?
What the hell? What is that?
Wait, are you serious? That's horrible! Maria, don't cry! So me and Mom, until Dad moves out, we don't have anywhere to live. So if possible, we were hoping that you would let us stay here for a little while. Would that be okay? So that's what happened. It's already late today, and you should stay over tonight. Right, Michael?
Yeah, I think that would be best.
But you know, I'm sure you can tell by looking, but this apartment is extremely small. So I think it's gonna be a little tight for 4 people. But, well, anyway, you can stay here for tonight. So don't worry. Thank you very much. I'm truly so sorry to trouble you like this. That night, in our 1-bedroom apartment, 4 fully grown adults were stuck together. For a few hours, we listened to Maria as she sobbed to us, and once she calmed down, we decided to go to sleep. We hadn't seen Maria's daughter Natalie in a while, and perhaps because of that, she seemed even more like an adult woman than before. Michael also seemed proud, as he said, "Natalie, you've grown up so much," and admired her. Well, my husband adored all of his nieces and nephews, so I thought he must have just been happy to see his niece grow up. At that time, at least. Even after 2, 3 days went by, those 2 didn't try to leave the house. As the cherry on top, I just got a call from the place where I was working, and they asked me not to take days off because we're in the busy season. It looks like my ex-husband has already gathered his things and left, so I'm going to head back. Is that so? So that means Natalie too. I don't wanna! I wanna live here with my Uncle Michael. Huh? Whoa. What on earth is going on here? I know you're sad that your dad just left, but... Well then, do you want to sleep over here for a little while, Natalie? Wait, what? No way! Our place is this small, and plus we also have to go to work too. I understand. That would be troublesome to you as well, Paige. Please, but I want to live here. that point, I thought that Michael was gonna set Natalie straight here. I can understand why he would want to spoil his niece, but this and that are two different situations. However, shocking words came out of Michael's mouth.
All right, I know. I'm also a man. Natalie, you can live here together with us.
What? What? You're joking, right? Yay! Uncle Michael! I love you. What? What is with this old man? How gross! Well then, I guess that's that. I suppose that means it's okay for Natalie to start living in this house from today. Aren't you glad, Natalie? Especially since it's pretty close for you to get to college from here. Yeah! And I promise I'm going to listen to everything you say, Uncle Michael. And I definitely won't complain about anything. Bye, Mom! Can't wait to live with you, Uncle Michael.
Yes. You're so cute.
They didn't even try to ask for my opinion. And as if to be forced by the three of them, this strange life at my home began. In the beginning, Natalie was helping around the house, but little by little, she started showing her spoiled, bratty personality. She was complaining about the food I would make or lie easily about anything. And even though that was the case, whenever Michael would come home, she would suck up to him and put on a good face. I had gotten on my nerves, so when Natalie was at school one day, I decided to talk to Michael about it. Hey, this is about Natalie recently, but she's extremely difficult and rude towards me. Whenever you're around, she never shows that side of her though.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that at all. But isn't that what kids are like in general? Don't make such a big deal out of it. She's still just a kid. You should be more of an adult, Paige.
Sure. That response was exactly what I expected. Just as I thought, this guy was obsessed with his niece and wasn't thinking about me one bit. Because she must be sad to be separated from her father, maybe she was trying to make Michael her father figure. And plus, I thought maybe things would be fine if I just tolerated it a little bit more. One day, after Michael went to work, I was on the late shift, so I was cleaning up the apartment that was messy. But then, it was at that moment, the most outrageous thing popped into my eyes. And that was a photo booth pic that Michael and Natalie had taken together. There were words on it that said, "Totally in love. I love you. Secret relationship forever." And they were holding each other close in the photos. I found that hidden in Michael's drawers. The moment I saw that, images that I never wanted to imagine started running across my mind. What? Wait a minute, since when? Since when have Michael and Natalie had that sort of relationship? Come on, Paige, remember! There must have been a time when the two of them started to act weird. No way. Not the very first day that she and Maria stayed over. Now that I think about it, that day Maria and I were in the living room. Michael and Natalie were in the bedroom next door and... Whoa, this is the worst! I was tricked! I've been tricked this whole time! The more I thought about it, the more irritated I became. I had already passed the point of anger and was just dumbfounded. And after having something this awful done to me, there's no way I can live my life with Michael anymore. And once I thought that, I made a decision. All right, justice will be served. Why don't I gather plenty of undeniable evidence? That's what I vowed to myself. Once I had my doubts, isn't it strange how everything started to look suspicious?
Hey, look. I really started working out, but what do you think? My abs are starting to show too. I guess men need to stay manly at all ages.
Wow, your chest is looking so thick, Uncle Michael. Looks great.
Great, isn't it? Your uncle is still only 46. I still got it if I try.
You're so cool. Hey, Uncle Michael, why did you get married to Miss Page? For someone as hot as you, couldn't you have found a better woman? You know, someone like me. Excuse me? That's so unnecessary.
That's a good point. Back in the day, Paige used to be a very cute and very attractive woman. But, you know.
Because if you're in love with each other, then you wouldn't have had a kid by now, right? And yet... Ugh. Well, that's because I actually got an illness when I was in my 20s. And, well, I was no longer able to have children after that. Interesting. I didn't know that. I feel kind of bad for you, Aunt Paige. But I also guess that means you're a useless woman. Huh? Hey, Uncle Michael. I want to go shopping tomorrow, but will you come with me?
Sure thing. I have plenty of time tomorrow, so the two of us can go out after.
And so, just like that, the two of them left me behind, and the next day they went out of the house together in great spirits. My blood was boiling, but I needed to hold it in. That's what I kept telling myself. And so, I was gathering plenty of evidence to corner those two for good, and 4 years flew by of holding this all in. Natalie had graduated college and started working at a company. And then, we received the news that she would be getting married to somebody that she'd met there. That day, in order to celebrate Natalie before the marriage, the four of us, including Maria, decided to go out for dinner.
I can't believe the day has come for Natalie to move out and become a bride. I really do feel like a father. Congratulations on getting married.
Truly, I can't thank you enough, Miss Page, for looking after my daughter for 4 years. No problem, it's fine. I am also so glad to see Natalie grow up like this, and not only that, I'm also really happy to hear that she was able to meet a good person. You guys, thank you so much, really. I promise I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to be a good wife. Oh yeah, have you already decided on a day for the wedding? I was thinking about bringing you a lot to celebrate on that day, so please do invite us. Thank you. We're planning the wedding 2 months from now. The person that's going to become my husband is a super elite employee at the same company. He's really handsome and is being called the hope for the future at the company.
Well, isn't that wonderful? I would love to see what kind of man he is with my own eyes.
Huh? But when it comes to who's more hot, you're still way above him, Uncle Michael. Oh my, well, Natalie has always loved her Uncle Michael since she was little. Yeah, in the past, present, and also in the future. I love my Uncle Michael. Wow, look at that disgusting smile. It's going to be worth all of these years when justice is served. I really can't wait for the wedding. On that day, the four of us had a really great time together. But that was also part of my strategy. Because even today, I was doing all kinds of things as part of my evidence gathering. For every single moment, I've been securing every last bit of evidence that I can. And finally, my long-awaited day of getting justice from those two was going to arrive. There was absolutely no way that I was going to let this opportunity pass. And so, the day of the wedding.
Natalie, you truly are so beautiful. I could even say that you're the most beautiful bride in the entire world.
Uncle Michael, that's so dramatic. Look at you two, speaking like a true father and daughter. And plus, you don't need to cry that much. You're not even her dad.
Natalie!
What the hell are you doing? Sheesh, aren't you embarrassed? Don't forget your position as just the uncle. After that, the wedding ceremony was quietly held in the chapel, and the bride and groom were vowing their eternal love to one another. Her husband also seemed to be a very sincere man, to the point where I had to wonder, why did someone who seems like such a good person choose somebody like Natalie? But I don't want anyone else to be a victim like me anymore. And that's why I brought out the most legendary sword here. And that would be a video message to my niece. This was my most prized work at all. The MC said, "Pardon the interruption, but we have a video message as a surprise from a relative of the bride. Everybody, please turn your attention to the large monitor over there." As he asked everybody to look at the big screen, there was a buzz around the venue, and everybody was excited for the surprise as they paid close attention to the screen. And then, in the video that was displayed across the large monitor, the idiot combination of Natalie and Michael exposed the most unbelievable conversation. Even if I get married, I'm planning on staying with you forever and ever, Uncle Michael.
Well, that's a given. Our relationship is our secret for life.
At the very least, you said you'll see me twice a week, right?
Yeah, of course. I also don't have any intention of being with that wife for the rest of my life. You can always come back to your Uncle Michael anytime.
Oh, Uncle Michael, you're so hot.
And you're also my cute girlfriend, Natalie. Don't you ever forget it.
I know. You're always my number one, Michael. And the guy that I'm marrying is just second.
And for me, Natalie, you're always my number one. And Paige is not even in the question.
And well, this kind of idiotic video continued to play one after the other. Lol. The venue was now buzzing even more, but of course it would. Of course the groom was mortified and his family were crying and yelling and screaming, "Stop! Delete it!" And Natalie was screaming, "Hey, wait! What the hell is this?" On top of that, Michael had gone completely pale and lost all words as he was shaking from head to toe. And then, I borrowed the mic from the MC and walked onto the stage. Thank you all very much for gathering here today. I am the wife of that man who had a relationship for over 5 years with the bride here today, his niece! I have spent the last 5 years gathering precious evidence about the adultery, and I have brought it here all today. And that's because I don't want to imagine the groom here to be hurt after this, like I have been. Hey, you need to stop! Natalie had come up on stage, and she was trying to grab the mic away from me. But I just quickly dodged her and I continued on. My husband and my niece have continued this relationship for over 5 years, and not only that, even on the night before she was going to marry such a wonderful man as this, they were on a date together.
You! How dare you betray me like this? I'll never forgive you.
No, this isn't what it looks like. This woman is just harassing me.
Even though we have so many people here who have come from far away just for this day, I can't believe that you were trying to fool me until this very moment. You better be ready for what's to come.
This is all just a misunderstanding. This is all just some kind of mistake. This is all just a trap, and this woman set up on us. After all that, Natalie was still trying to make it seem like it was my responsibility. There was nothing more that could be done. And so, I continued on further. Well then, everybody, I have here 5 years worth of evidence of their affair, so please enjoy! As I said that, I grabbed over 100 photos that I had from 5 years worth of their affair, and I spread them out all across the wedding venue. The wedding guests were picking up the photographs and they were glaring at Natalie and Michael with terrifying eyes. Everyone was furious, and from every direction, people started to raise their voices. Natalie was panicking as she was crying and begging, while Michael was frozen on the spot and shaking in his pants. I will be receiving 5 years worth of settlement fee from Michael, and of course from Natalie. I do hope you get yourself ready for that.
I will be collecting it too, and I definitely won't be showing any mercy. No way. Paige, forgive me.
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. After that, the wedding reception was canceled midway. Natalie was crying and screaming, and Michael was begging at my feet. But I left them there and went home. I immediately started prepping for my divorce. My sister-in-law, Maria, was so busy desperately working to earn money from Natalie's college tuition fees that she hadn't realized at all what her daughter was doing. She came to me many times and got down on her knees to apologize. And then she said that she was going to cut off all ties with her daughter and her brother. I was able to collect a very high settlement fee from both Michael and Natalie. As for Natalie, from her former fiancé, she was also sued for a settlement fee, not only destroying her engagement, but also to pay the entire fees for the wedding. The two of them were kicked to the hell in debt together. And both of them lost their jobs, their friends, and their family, and after losing everything, they moved in together into a tiny rundown apartment. I'm sure they will struggle for the rest of their lives to pay back that debt. Since Michael and Natalie had a relationship for over 5 years already, even though it was a forbidden relationship between uncle and niece, I thought that they would be happy together, but in no time they fell apart. After hurting so many people and going through so much trouble to be together, I thought it was a pretty anticlimactic ending. Even Maria said that she felt responsible for this, and she also paid me quite a bit of money as well. Well, for 5 years, every single day was really busy, physically and emotionally. But after the divorce, I am living a fulfilling life by myself. That's right, I'm also thinking about going on another vacation soon. I was able to receive quite the incredible amount in settlement fees, so I've got plenty of funds to spare anyway. Where should I go on vacation next? Maybe I'll go to Hawaii for the first time in a while and relax there. It did become a solo trip, but I am enjoying my vacation. Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next? Stay tuned for more!